I can't believe I'm writing this. Why am I doing this? My therapist said it would be good for me to put your story out there. Yeah, typing this makes me feel worse about it. I guess I should quit my waffling and get on with it. About 2 years ago, my friend Mark and I were at our local cafe. It was nice. We were just talking and catching up. Then Mark got a text notification on his phone. Now, Mark was the kind of guy to rush to his phone the second he got a message, so, of course, he picks it up. He says to me it's an image from an unknown number. Already that's kind of ambiguous and a little creepy, but what scared me the most was his reaction to the image. He gulped as his face went white and showed me the picture. It was a photo of him, sitting on his chair in his apartment. Now, again, that's creepy enough on its own, but something was really wrong. In the photo, Mark's face was bloody and mangled, and in the background, I noticed a shadow. I couldn't make it out very well, but it looked like a tall man with loose skin around his neck and an old-fashioned camera, where his head should have been. There was a timestamp too, 7/7/18/1847, which is 6:47 p.m. That was just as confusing as that was 5 hours from our current time. Mark tossed a $5 on the table and ran home. I didn't stop him, and now when I think about it, maybe I should have. Around 10 minutes to 7, I went to his apartment, let myself in, and shouted out his name. No answer. I ran into the living area and stopped. Mark was sitting on his chair, motionless, his face bloody and mangled. I felt like I was gonna throw up, and it didn't take long. I turned around and ran to his bathroom. I threw up and looked out the window. On the roof of the building next door was the tall, pale man. He did indeed have an old-fashioned camera for a head and loose skin around his neck. He pulled the skin over the camera and leapt from building to building until he was out of sight. I broke down and cried on the floor. I heard a noise in the sewer tunnels. Ever since this pandemic started, I've been taking walks every night. I prefer walking at night since I dislike having the sun in my eyes, and at night there are way fewer people outside, so I don't have to worry about any kind of social interaction. Since I live in a small town in Quebec, the nights are quiet, which does give the town an eerie feeling. The perfect ambience for listening to some creepy stories on my phone while walking home. However, a couple nights ago something happened, and frankly, I doubt I will go on walks at night again. As I was walking past a supermarket and reaching the small wooden bridge that was above a small ditch, I heard a strange noise. At first, I thought it came from the story I was listening to, and I just kept walking until I heard it again. This time, I removed my earphones and tried to listen to where the noise came from. After close to 10 seconds, I heard it again. It sounded like a deep growl, and it came from the ditch. My curiosity took the better of me, and I decided to go take a look. In the ditch was a big sewer opening, maybe 1.5 meters tall, just enough for me to go inside. I contemplated the idea of going inside for maybe 2 minutes before hearing the sound again. This time, it sounded like a dog's whimper. Now my mind was made up. No way was I letting this poor animal suffer, so I turned on my phone's flashlight and went inside the opening. I needed to crouch down to avoid hitting my head on the concrete roof of the tunnel, so it was hard to walk at a fast pace. I heard the dog's whimper once again, which made my heart sink. "Don't worry, boy, I'm coming as fast as I can," I said in the most reassuring tone I could conjure. The whimpers were now non-stop, and they sounded more and more like growls, which made me worry about the state of the animal. Once I would find him, I would need to be careful. This animal could be starving, and I certainly didn't want to be devoured by a stray dog, and having my mutilated remains lost inside this dark and putrid tunnel. I had been walking for maybe 6 minutes, yet the whimpers never seemed to get any closer. I was getting nervous. The animal must have been really stuck in the tunnel. It didn't seem like I was getting any closer to him. "I'm almost there, boy. Don't worry." I heard the whimper once again. It seemed that I was finally making progress. The air around me suddenly became warmer, and I swear I could smell the putrid odor of decomposition in the air. This began to deeply worry me, and then the whimpers just stopped. I heard something moving toward me. It was fast, very fast. At first I thought it was the dog, until I heard a deep, unrecognizable growl echoing in the tunnels. Screw this. I turned around and began to run as fast as I could in the opposite direction. As I was running away, the deep growl turned into what seemed to be a human voice. "Don't worry, boy. I'm coming as fast as I can." The sentence resonated into the tunnel, making me sick as I realized that it was a twisted imitation of my own voice.